The primary reason why we made this move was to align both of our temperature calibration factories in the same facility to make it easier to support our customers long term.
It's a huge project. I would say the biggest project I've ever been involved in at Fluke. First, it was a lot of just planning, identifying risks, and then mitigations for the risks, and then looking at timelines, estimating how long it would take with each process. We had to do a lot of taking inventory to make sure we have everything identified that would be part of the move, all of the equipment, including computers and everything that you use in a calibration laboratory, down to even our snow cone machine for grinding ice for making ice baths.
Took a lot from logistics team, engineering team, metrology team, materials. It's hard to really encompass the amount of effort it took. The IT environments, new labs, equipment.
So for our contingency plan, we basically did a risk assessment. We went through every process, every instrument that we use in each process, and identified what the risks are with moving it. And then wherever it was practical, we would look at contingency plans like ordering backups so that they would be on hand, having to have enough time to order them and receive them, because a lot of this equipment is very specialized and takes a long time to get it manufactured and ready to go. Some other contingency plans, like I had mentioned, was training as well. We wanted to make sure that we could get here to Everett with people ready to run the processes. So thankfully, people were able to go down to American Fork and get training with people in American Fork. Then also the people from American Fork that wanted to move up here, then of course we had their experience coming here. So other contingency plans were working with the accreditation body, NAVLAP.
It's hard to say what the hardest part. I think everybody had their challenges with all the teams that were mentioning. Logistics, physically getting an entire lab moved across state lines, and the effort that it took, building out a new lab, getting that lab to conform to our environmental requirements with its own feet, doing the move with such delicate instruments as well, and getting them here and arriving with very minimal damage was no small feat.
Now, the hardest part was just thinking of ways to handle the fragile equipment, and then setting up infrastructure like electrical. And the last thing we wanted to do was come here. We were really concerned about the timeline. We wanted to get things up and running as quickly as possible to minimize disruptions for customers. And also, honestly, building a laboratory environment that could handle the heat load of a temperature laboratory with all of the furnaces and baths.
We had a phased approach to moving the different work cells. We moved some of the easier processes first to get understanding on how things would go, because we don't often relocate factories. And then as we went on, we got better and better at it. Well, by the time this video comes out, we will be done with accreditation. So every process that has landed at this lab, we've set ourselves some goals to get accredited on these processes. And so far we've met all of those goals, and in some cases have beat those goals. Once we landed those items here, we had to make sure that our technicians were trained and that the stations were meeting the same measurement uncertainties that they were in American Fork. And once we had that, then we had a number of assessments with a NAVLAB, or accrediting body, for ISO 17025. Up to this point, have been on time and successful with getting those done. It shouldn't affect customers really at all. They're still going to get the same product, the same uncertainties, the same quality that Fluke has provided. The main difference they'll see is perhaps the location of the lab on the certificate.
Besides getting our lead times down, they should expect that the calibration certificates will now have Fluke Everett on them, but otherwise the calibration certificates will be exactly the same that they've been receiving. We've been working hard at getting all of the Fluke sites standardized with calibration certificates, so that'll be minimal disruption for customers. Working with over the years are still part of the service and calibration processes.
The relocation of the lab from American Fork to Everett not affect the customers in any negative way. They will still have the same measurement traceability, the same measurement uncertainty, the same quality and care of their equipment. When the unit arrives to us, an SPRT is cared for with kid gloves all the way till it's shipped back to the customer, and nothing has changed there. We will still continue to be one of the top temperature metrology organizations in the world, providing the best service to our customers that we can.